Hey there, it's Ty at Forged of Wood. Hey, I've shut the machines down for a few minutes and I wanted to give you a quick tour of the shop if you haven't had a chance to see it for yourself. I'll be pointing out some of our key pieces of equipment and their capabilities, what we can do, and more importantly, what we could do for you out here. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, then stay tuned. So we're going to start where it all starts, and that's at the sawmill. This is our Baker 3630E electric bandsaw mill. It has a dedicated 30 horsepower three-phase motor to power just the saw head, and then a 10 horsepower hydraulic power pack that does everything else. We can saw up to a 36-inch log on this sawmill up to 16 feet in length, and this is where we saw all of our lumber. The sawmill does an excellent job. It's powerful, it's efficient, and it's really just the workhorse of the shop. So next up, we've got our Wood-Mizer BMS 250 sharpening system. This machine allows us to sharpen all of our bandsaw blades in-house, so we can keep sharp blades running, cutting fantastically flat and smooth lumber right off the sawmill. So the worst bane of a sawmill is a dull blade. So if you don't have a sharpener in-house, it's pretty tempting to run dull blades, and they don't produce the best lumber. So what this sharpener does, it's an automatic feed system. We put the blade onto the machine and it actually advances the blade, itself, and goes around and sharpens all the teeth on that blade. That blade is 17 feet 4 inches long, and there's a couple hundred teeth on it, so it'd take a while to do that manually. So this machine does that automatically, so we can be doing other things while it's sharpening our blade for us. And then we can get right back to work cutting some great lumber. So once all of that lumber has been kiln dried in one of our two Nile L200M dry kilns up in the other building, it comes back down here to be processed. That lumber's rough sawn and needs to be surface planed, and that's where this machine comes in. This is our Extrema XP 224T double-sided surface planer. This machine has a capacity of 24 inches in width and 8 inches in depth, and is powered by two independent 25 horsepower three-phase motors that each turn their own spiral cutter head at 6,000 RPMs to produce glassy smooth finished plane surfaces on both the bottom and the top in one pass. This is an amazing machine, and I tell you, we just couldn't do without it in the shop. So we've got our lumber surface planed on both sides, but there's still one more critical step, and that's putting a straight edge on that lumber. And that's exactly what this saw does for us. This is our Extrema XR 14BXL straight line rip saw. And as the name implies, it cuts a straight line, and it does it really fast at 120 feet per minute. This saw is powered by a 15 horsepower direct drive three-phase motor and turns a 14-inch diameter saw blade. It can handle lumber up to 3 inches thick, and the length and width is really only limited by how strong I'm feeling any given day. The saw is also power fed, which means that as I feed the lumber into the infeed side, its power feed system grabs that piece of lumber and takes it from me. I can completely let go. I walk around the back of the machine and I catch that finished piece of lumber on the outfeed side. Once it clears the machine, it has one edge that is absolutely straight, honestly straighter than I can get on my log bed joiner. This saw is an absolute workhorse and can handle thousands of board feet in an afternoon, and I am just so lucky to have it in the shop. So one of my favorite tools, our Extrema straight line rip saw. So last but certainly not least, by a long shot, is our Extrema XS1A 52 wide belt sander. This wide belt sander is powered by a 35 horsepower three-phase motor and turns a 52-inch wide sanding belt. This thing is great for flattening slabs, for sanding table glue ups, you name it. If there's a sanding task and it's 52 inches or less in width and 6 inches or less in thickness, it can go through this machine. So there's not a lot of shops that have wide belt sanders. 52-inch wide belt sander is pretty much as wide as they get unless you're having a machine custom built. Machines like this are pretty rare, and especially machines that you're able to take a tabletop to and have it custom sanded. So it does a great job. It has excellent dust collection. It's efficient. Just very lucky to have this in the shop. And I think it's a great asset for our local woodworking community to have a sander like this that they can bring their projects to pretty much no matter how big it is, and have most of the sanding and flattening done in pretty short order. So our extreme wide belt sander. All right, well there you have it. We've touched on some of our biggest equipment in the shop, and I've enjoyed showing you around. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you need to get a hold of us, you can always go to forgedwood.com. Our phone numbers are listed there, or email, and we would sure love to see you out at the shop. So in addition to all this machinery, we also sell hardwood lumber, and we've got a fully climate controlled heated hardwood lumber boardroom, and you can come out and shop that Fridays and Saturdays with no appointment needed. And we literally just have dozens of species and thousands of board feet up there. So if you're a woodworker, you should come out and check it out. So it's a lot of fun, and I'm told that the shop smells amazing. I've gotten nose blind to it over the years, but everyone that comes in the shop, that's the first thing they say. Boy, it just smells amazing in here. So all of that lumber, the walnut and cherry and maple and hackberry and ash, and I mean, you name it. But anyhow, I appreciate you watching, and follow us on Facebook or Instagram. We post videos pretty regularly and show different things we're doing out here. So, but thanks a lot. Again, I'm Ty at Forged Wood, and have a great day.